0.5 left. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? I hope you're all good. It is half marathon day. We're about to go the distance, baby. Which shoe should I go for? So I brought out two shoes today. I don't think it's going to be smart to wear my brand new ones because I need to break them in a little bit, and I'm going to favourite these ones today because I've broken these in. They're comfortable, and I know I won't be getting any problems throughout the run. So I'm going to take these with me today. Here we are, start line. We're gonna get going. Cheeky water, I'm gonna drop out at about 6 miles. So when I turn back, I can just have a little sip. Saves me having to run with it.
5k in, 19:43. A bit too quick, so I'm gonna chill. Next 5k. .40:35 at 10k. Oh, almost halfway. Halfway point, 43:37. Feeling okay. Well, it's gonna be hard this one. Time to head back. 15k done, 102. Doing okay. Last push. I hit that 6:35 pace. Just over 105. 5k to go. .5 left. Let's go. So guys, just finished. That last 5k was tough, man. Very, very tough. Got stuff all over my face, but I'm gonna show you guys the time.
As you can see, the fastest half, 1:25:49. Man, I will definitely take that. A very, very smart run from myself. I don't know if you guys can see that. So averaging 6:33 mile in, pretty good. I'll definitely take that. I'm gonna go a little bit more in detail when I get back, because I'm about to run off to coach a 5k. So I'll catch you guys in a minute.
Right, what's going on, guys? I've just come back from my session. As I told you guys that I was just coaching, but I can honestly say my body feels okay. Obviously I'm a little bit tired and my legs are a little bit sore, but overall I'm okay. I'm alright. I've used this opportunity to drink loads of water. I've had some food, so I'm gonna have a little nap as well. So I think after that, I think I'll be pretty good. It'll be interesting to see what I feel like tomorrow, as I've got a coaching session, which I'll be doing a 5k. So we'll see how my body reacts to that in the morning. But yeah, overall I'm pretty good. So I'm gonna put the stats up again for all my running geeks like myself to have a look at. I'm not going to explain it too much because I try not to focus too much on the stats. I just like to look at my average pacing just to see if I've had a bad run. I'd like to have a look at my miles and see where I might have gone too fast, or if I've pushed on where I didn't need to. That's the only sort of thing that I look at. But there's loads of things you can look at via the Garmin app if you use a Garmin, or Strava if you use a Strava. When I'm generally coaching, I like to use the Nike running app, just because it's got a community approach that I can notify people when I'm running, and also it will notify myself when they're running as well, so I can give them a little bit of moral support if I'm not there in person. So I'm going to break down the run for you guys, so you'll be able to see my previous run up top here, where I ran my last kind of half marathon distance, and that was the very, very first time I've actually gone that distance. So it was kind of like a long run as opposed to like a marathon or half marathon time trial. but I will then put my new one up top here now, and the difference between the two are quite marginal, but as you know, with running, a lot can go wrong. So much can go wrong. And I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about how I broke down my run and how I felt at each point as well. But I just want to quickly bring up my shoe. So like I said, I ran in my old ones today. They have got a little bit of life left in them, but these were amazing. These are really, really good. There's a little bit of wear and tear at the bottom, as you can see, but these shoes are unbelievable. Honestly, worth every single penny. And with the help of my compression, I can't even speak today. With the help of my compression socks, my shins are really, really good, really good. As you guys know, I've been battling for weeks with shin problems especially when I've been increasing my mileage, and you know, it's been really difficult because gyms haven't been open as well, so I haven't really been able to strengthen around the area. But I got through it, and I can happily say now my shins are okay. They're not hurting, they're not aching. I probably will wax some ice on there a little bit later, just for safekeeping. But the areas that are probably aching the most today are my calves, my feet, which is quite obvious, my quads, hamstrings, and my lower back, and a little bit about my glutes. So that can tell a lot about what areas need strengthening, how my posture is when I'm running, and things like that. So I'm going to go a little bit more into my run. But before I do, when I woke up today, I'm just gonna talk you through. So before I go into that, I'm going to talk you guys through my sort of run preparation. So drank loads of water last night, so I had about 4 litres just to make sure that I'd be hydrated when I woke up. I normally run without eating anything in the morning, so I didn't actually eat when I woke up, but I had some water again just to make sure I was completely hydrated, and I was quite good. I had quite a big dinner, so I was happy with the energy stores that I had in preparation for my run. When I got to my location, which was the canal, I did just a few gentle strides. I didn't do much, didn't overdo it. Did a few drills just to wake my body up, but not a full routine that you might have seen for one of my sessions previously. So I just eased myself into my run throughout the first couple of miles, where I was able to figure out a comfortable pace to start myself at. When I got to about 5k, I was in a really good place, and as you can see from the previous video, I was quite happy. I could easily push it on, but I didn't want to, just because I still had quite a lot of running to do, and I didn't want to, overdo it too early. Throughout 10k, I was still quite comfortable, still happy. The sun was shining, I was still very hydrated, and I kept chipping away. The pace, as you can see, was pretty good at the time, and yeah, I was really, really happy. I think it was only until I got past halfway, so I got to the halfway stage, which in this route I went out and then looped back, so I didn't do a full loop. It was an out and back run. I was happy up until about 15k. This is where I started feeling quite dehydrated. This is where thoughts started creeping in, and I started to hurt, which is quite natural for most long runs and most half marathons, because the start is initially the easiest, but it's towards the end of the run that kind of kicks in, and you have to really bite down and push on. But I still kept my discipline. I didn't panic, I didn't force anything, I didn't try and speed up. I just kept my cool and chipped away at every mile. So breaking my race down into the last 5k, I knew that if I wanted to beat my previous time, it needed to be something quick. So I really bit down and I had to gamble. I really had to gamble. I said, you know what, these last 3 miles are gonna hurt like crazy, but let's just see what happens. If I get a quicker time, amazing. If I don't, I'd just be happy to get through it. So set myself off. I've really stayed focused. I was in absolute agony, not because of my shins or because anything was hurting, but just because I'd run the miles previously, and towards the end of the race is where it matters. So I had to bite down and just get through it, in which I did. That last mile, or the last 2 miles, were really, really tough. People were probably looking at me like I was crazy because I was panting. I was literally dying to get to that line. And also, as an extra incentive, I had my coaching session starting within the hour, so I know I needed to get a quick time in order for me to get in my car and get back to the session on time. So that was a little bit of an incentive for me. But I got there, I made it, I done it, and I was super chuffed. I was over the moon, especially as you guys can see from my previous weeks. It hasn't been all teacups and roses. It hasn't been smooth sailing. It's been super bumpy. There's been days where I haven't been able to train because body parts have been hurting. I've been working, there's been loads of external stuff going on. So to actually run this, I was really happy. I'm just glad I woke up in a great mood, in great spirits, and I was just ready for the challenge. So for the rest of the day, I'm just going to chill out, I'm going to eat loads, I'm going to try and rehydrate and just enjoy myself. The hard work is now done. It would have been nice to try and get into an actual half marathon, but like I said, or like I always say, the half marathons will probably come later on in the year, in which I will be prepared for. But I just know I've got the confidence now that I won't need to put as much training down as I really thought I would, but I can cross that bridge closer to the time. You know what, when I was running, the most important thing was just to think about how far you've come. So not just from the training perspective, but just as a whole holistic approach. So I haven't gone into it just yet, but I've undergone surgery on my quadricep that I'll talk about in an upcoming vlog. I have obviously been working extremely hard throughout the pandemic. I've had other external things going on as well. So it was just an opportunity to channel all my energy that I've been putting elsewhere into this run, and just to see if I can just focus on this one thing for this and just see if I can pull off a result. So I'm super happy that hard work has, effectively paid off. So what is next on my list? So as you guys know, or have probably figured out, I do not stay still. So I'm going to keep you guys updated with my coaching. I'm going to keep you updated with my work. I'm going to keep you guys updated with my social life, travel, if I manage to get out or travel somewhere within the country, and also my my other opportunities and experiences that I might be blessed with throughout this year. So always stay tuned, okay? Make sure you subscribe and and put that bell on. So with that being said, I have got a couple of videos that I'm looking to roll out over the next couple of weeks for you lovely people, and that comes under the umbrella of cooking, recovery, and training drills. That's what I'm going to say. You need to keep an eye out and make sure you watch it when those videos drop. Take care, guys, and I'll see you very soon. Peace and love. Stay safe.